Welcome to Kaiseki Anime, where we air new episodes every other week. Kaiseki covers currently airing anime, older series seen recently, and other relevant topics for the season. I'm your host, Marina, of the blog Anime B&B, and with me is my co-host Draggle, of the cleverly titled Draggle's Anime blog.
This week, we discuss Let's Play and A Star Brighter Than the Sun. So let's start with Let's Play.
Let's go ahead.
This is, it's set in Los Angeles, which is part of what appealed to me at the start.
Yeah, it makes complete sense when we'll talk about the staff behind this, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I don't know anything about the staff, so I'm curious what you're going to say. But I guess it's like a slice of life romance type thing, where it's the main character, she works in the video game industry, and she has a bunch of friends who hang out at the coffee shop and play video games together. And it's a little bit about her love life, I guess.
A little bit, although I wouldn't say that's the focus. It's definitely like one of the side things for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what the focus is there. I feel like it's about her love life, it's about her work, it's about her different friendships, about her video gaming.
Honestly, I felt like even though everyone in this show was an adult, it felt like to me almost a coming of age, but for adults.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Like both in the romance category and definitely in the work category. As well as in having friends category.
Because I think that we sometimes forget, like, you think you come of age when you hit puberty, right? But then there's so many people who kind of seem like they never grow up, even when they're already adults, right? At age. And you see that here. You have quite a few characters who are still sort of stuck
in
their previous mindset.
Some people go backwards.
That's right. Well, we'll get there. But this is a 12-episode TV series. It's already finished. So both you and I have finished this, right?
Yeah, I finished it right before this.
And even though this was produced by OLM, which are the studio behind Welcome to Outcast Restaurant, Apothecary Diaries, or Faraway Paladin, all of which we've seen, right? This actually comes from a comic, not a manga, a comic. The original creator is Leanne Kresik. I don't even know how to say like what she's known as. Her pen name's Mongi, and she's American. And this was originally published like on Webtoon. So
Webtoon is the Korean one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea, but that explains a lot.
Yeah, the setting, like the characters.
Yeah, part of what appealed to me is it felt like so not Japanese in how the people related to each other. Like they actually tell each other what they're thinking.
And you feel like that's too straightforward for Asians, or it just definitely felt different?
I'm just saying it feels different from most anime, where it's like the climax of the series is they tell each other like, oh, the moon is beautiful, or whatever.
Yeah, but here it's like they're always speaking their feelings, right?
Yeah. Honestly, it annoyed me because I thought it was a bit too much.
Oh, so people were being too adult for you, too transparent.
Not really too adult, I would say. Just like, do you need to tell this person this right now? Was what I was thinking a lot of the time. Right?
I guess I would actually flip that and say it's almost too juvenile to always speak your feelings, because it almost feels like when you get older, that's when you start to know when to hold your tongue and when to like listen. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. There were definitely times where I was like, did you really need to tell this person this? Was this a helpful or necessary thing to say?
Yeah.
But then everyone's like, oh, thank you so much for telling me how you feel.
They're so genuinely grateful, right? Like, yes, honesty, transparency, thank you. Exactly. Even though you really didn't need to say that.
Yeah.
So let's go over our characters here. We have our main character. The main female character is what she goes by Sam, but her name is actually Samara, Sam Young.
Yep.
And then you have her superior at work, kind of, who's like close to her age and works under her father, who I guess is like the head of the company, but his name's Charles Jones. And we probably have very similar view of him. And then there's Martial Law, who is that gaming streamer who was a huge inspiration to Sam because she used to be hospitalized and she would like watch his videos and it would cheer her up.
I love his name, but now that I'm realizing this was written by an American, I'm thinking about it slightly differently. But anyway.
Well, I mean, he even talks about his name in the show, right?
Yeah,
like he's like, oh yeah, it's definitely like intentional. And then you have Monica McKenzie. Again, these are all very American names, and she's a beauty streamer and Marshall's girlfriend. And then we have Link Hudson, who is Sam's friend from especially back when they were both hospitalized, and initially her love interest. And then we have a handful of like other friends of theirs from the cafe and from her gaming guild and such that we see. But these are sort of like the main players here.
Yeah. One thing with like the cross-cultural context that really annoyed me, which I feel stupid for, is how her name is Sam, right? They always call her like Samu. And I feel slightly
it's
terrible
Japanese
for saying
voice
this,
actors,
but I just can't do the Samu.
but they're Japanese voice actors. You know that's how they.
I know.
Alphabet or whatever you want to call it. Like
I know. I just like cringe every time I hear it though.
There's like no word where they're gonna end with a Sam, right?
Yeah. I know.
Little pet peeve of yours. That's fine.
Yeah. Everyone has their stupid pet peeves.
I mean, it would make more sense. It would sound more Japanese for them to just say Samara, like with a Japanese accent. But
yeah, it's also a very, very interesting use of like when they call someone Mr. Mista.
You're being very petty, Drago. Come on.
I know. But when it's said in America, I have to be petty. It's my time for pettiness, right? Since I'm the expert.
When we were talking about at the start of the season shows, and you had reminded me this was set in America because I had totally overlooked that fact.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe it's because, like you said, it's in Japanese. The way they speak to one another is like with like Japanese inflections, and so. Yeah, I totally forgot. But then, like, the more I went along, like you had noted just now, how it definitely feels different from your typical sort of romantic comedy Japanese show, right?
Yeah. They're much more straightforward about things.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have friends. Their work culture was kind of Japanese-ified, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with how they call people Mr. Like, come on, nobody at Los Angeles calls anyone at work Mr.
Talking about like their work and the other settings, I feel like the show was particularly interesting to me at the start because it feels like it's been a while since I've seen something like this where even though Sam is the main character, I really felt like we had quite a few different cast members that we focused a lot more time on.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. There was a revolving cast. One of the love interests already had a girlfriend, which you would also never see in anime.
Right. I was actually surprised because I was predicting from the start, and let me know if I'm alone in this or not. I thought Marshall was going to end up being Sam's love interest.
I feel like he's still on the table. But yes, I thought he would be the main love interest for.
What do you mean you think he's still on the table? Like, I don't think a sequel's been announced. It felt pretty final at the end of the season.
Oh, really? I don't know. I assume it's like a comic, so it goes on forever.
Oh, I don't know, man. But I like,
Wait,
yeah.
So is he really getting together with,
With Monica? I thought that Monica and Marshall's relationship was actually quite healthy, and I just thought they were very sweet together, so I don't want him to get with Sam, because I like their working relationship, and it kind of, like, made me a believer, because I've always been sort of reluctant at the idea of guys and girls being extremely close friends and someone not developing feelings. And then, like, here, like, this seems to be a case where that is true, because they're both in healthy relationships with other people, sort of, if you are gonna ship Sam with Charles, right?
I'm definitely not gonna ship Sam with Charles, but
but I liked like her friendship with Marshall. Like it reminded me a lot of her friendship with Link, which they did try to go past that friendship into something more and very quickly realized that they didn't feel that way, which I really enjoyed them writing that into this story.
Yeah, I like that part too, actually.
Right? Because like there's all this expectation. Link, like I had mentioned earlier, was her childhood friend when they were both in the hospital. And just as like Marshall was an inspiration to her when she would like watch him streaming, she was an inspiration to Link, right? And then he kind of like carries that inspiration as they become adults and starts to see it more as affection, I guess, where he feels like he's maybe in love with her. And then because she's sort of aware of that, because everyone around them is kind of like pressuring them, she gets confused and wonders if she likes him too, right? Which is, I think it's understandable. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
That you might like have those feelings, which, you know, they're both attractive. They look like they're both attractive. Like the dude's I wouldn't say bodybuilder, but he like cares about his fitness, right? So he's obviously like well put together.
he looks like a lumberjack.
He's hot. Okay, I thought he was like the most attractive guy here. But anyways,
he's hot.
I was cheering for him, and then eventually Angela. Like I like the idea of those two, which I think is the setup. But
yeah, they're cute together.
They are cute together. But there was a part of me that kind of wanted her to win with Link. And then when they kind of started to realize that they had zero spark, then I was like, no, actually, I like this development better.
Yeah. The one I hate there is Charles.
Okay, I have very conflicting feelings about Charles, but go ahead. Tell me why you don't like him.
Like, what is Charles? Like, why is this British dude in Los Angeles?
Why can't he love gaming? Huh?
He doesn't seem like he loves gaming because
What do you mean? He played her game.
Exactly, which looked like a crappy game.
You're so mean.
And he only played it because he liked her, not because he cares about gaming. But maybe he does care about gaming. But he's her boss, and he's hitting on his underling at work. And, like, no one sees any problem with this.
Yeah.
I think that's what annoys me the most.
I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, okay, the other thing I don't understand, like, Sam has all these friends.
Yeah.
Who, like, are obsessed with her. But I don't understand why. Like, why is she so popular? It doesn't make any sense.
Wait, you don't like Sam? Is that what you're saying?
I have nothing against Sam. I just think, given her character and actions, she would not have this enormous circle of friends. They clearly like her a lot. And it's not clear that she likes them nearly as much as they like her.
Ooh, okay.
Right? That's what my impression was.
Something that is commonly said, it's a common phrase, is that usually in relationships, any kind of relationship, romantic, friendly, whatever, there's always someone who invests more than the other. And in this case, you're saying that all of her friends, they all invest more into her than she does them?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. She's a very blasé character, very bland and easily, I guess, maybe so the people who are reading it, the audience, can self-insert?
I think so, yeah.
But I agree with you that she is particularly boring. And I don't really see the appeal of everyone. But I think that's also why Charles as a character is important, because yes, he's her boss at work. And yes, there's like issues with that, right? Because he's obviously interested in her romantically. But I feel like he's also interested in her development as a professional, because that was the whole like her arc as a coming of age thing, is that he's trying to boost her self-confidence because he knows that she is worthy, she is capable, but she just doesn't believe in herself.
Yeah.
And I like that he did that for her.
I like that part too. And I don't think that means they should get together.
So you did like him boosting her and having her like really look at herself.
No, I didn't like him being her boss and then hitting on her.
Yeah, I can understand that. I also had mixed feelings about that. I was like, what is this trying to like tell us? That it's okay to have, because workplace romances are okay in some contexts, but here, like you said, he has a position of power over her, right?
Exactly. And also, like, she kind of has a weird position of power over him since the CEO is her dad, which makes it all even weirder.
I guess I kind of see it as perhaps the dad. Well, but then even the dad, we see his point of view, right? Like he's distraught at the idea of anyone getting with his daughter. And he's very suspicious whenever he sees the two of them in a room alone together, right?
Yeah, and at first you're like, "Oh, Dad, you're being ridiculous." But now I'm
But then
like,
he's not.
"The
He's
dad
not being
was
ridiculous.
right. The dad was right all along."
He knew he should be suspicious of Charles Jones.
Yeah, fire Charles Jones, Dad.
Fire him. Well, like part of me is wondering, I was like, well, okay, maybe it's not so much that he's her superior. Maybe like that's something that she put on herself, right? She like put herself down when she could have very easily been his equal or his superior, right? As the daughter of the CEO who is obviously very knowledgeable, very skilled.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember if she chose to work from the bottom or not.
But I mean, his whole character is he's supposed to be this like mature professional, and he's doing
Charles?
like yeah,
Yeah.
and he's doing like the least professional thing you can think of. So it
Yeah.
bothered me.
You mean your heart didn't jump when he like gave her his shirt?
No. Also, like he seems like he's older than her dad. I'm sorry, but
No way. No. What makes you say that? Because of how he acts? Or
yeah,
what?
because of how he acts. He
Yeah.
acts like a British gentleman born in the 1930s.
Oh, it's so sad that like you think that those kind of manners are old and
I do.
that's something that a younger person can't do.
No one calls their underlings Mr. or no, what does he call her? Miss Yan.
I think that really depends. I don't think that's too impossible to believe, but
I don't think anyone I've worked with has called me Mr.
that's your experience, right? That's your
I live in California.
workplace. Yeah, but you're in a totally like different field.
I guess so.
I totally believe that a gaming company that people would address each other as Mr. and Miss.
Really? I don't believe it at
No,
all.
I don't. Obviously, that's sarcasm, Drago.
Okay,
but come on.
good. You're making me feel like I'm crazy.
But like you said, this is Japanified, right? Like
yeah.
they're using, because it's too intimate to use someone's first name without some kind of title.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
So I think you should like get over that part.
I'll get over that.
You're making him all British, but
I'm not getting over him being her boss, though.
no, I think that's fine because there is obviously like a power dynamic thing here that like they really, I feel like I wish they should have kept that out.
Yeah.
But
like if he was her coworker, I would have no problem at all with this.
with a relationship, a romantic one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Charles, like the whole romance thing was written in as a way to more clearly separate Sam from the other guys, right? Because if she has Charles as a love interest, then it's even more closing the door against Marshall and Link. Not that I have to like that.
Yeah, but I'm sure this comic must keep going. I can't imagine this is where it ends.
I have no idea.
It's going to be a love triangle, and she's going to break up with Charles. Realize he's more like her grandpa than her boyfriend, and Marshall's gonna get dumped by his girlfriend.
Why would Mother get dump him? She seems to adore him.
She likes him too much, and she wants to be a famous streamer, and it'll get out that she has a boyfriend, so she'll have to tragically.
But she wants that. She
behind.
wanted to be open about it.
She wants to, but then when she experiences the reality and she gets harassed by all her fans, she changes her mind. She can't live like that.
Okay, what about the possible Angela and Link?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get together.
Oh, so you don't have a wish for Link and Sam to be together. You just want Marshall and her to get together.
No, I just want Sam to break up with Charles.
Honestly, I don't see her being ready for a serious relationship. I could see her maybe like dabbling a bit in the dating pool.
Yeah, that's true.
But we don't want it to be Charles. That's something we can agree upon.
Okay, you agree with me. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their workplace relationship is a problem.
It is a problem. Yeah. And even more than I feel like it would bother me less if they realized it was a problem.
But they don't even address it, right? It's not even brought up.
It's not even brought up. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that you think her video game looks like shit?
Oh, yeah. I think her video game looks like shit.
So, okay, look, she did it all on her own. Like, yeah, she got like an artist and she got like people to help her with it. But I don't know. I think there's a certain charm to it. Some people really like retro style games.
It's
Now,
not
are you
that
talking about the
it's-
visuals? Or are you talking about the gameplay? Or all of it?
I'm talking about the gameplay. Like,
Okay.
it's such a smart idea that you can't save your game unless you do like some
Memorable.
obscure 30-step process, which no one will ever figure out.
I thought that was super obnoxious. Like, girl, have some respect for my time.
Yeah. And I like how like she's literally the main character of the game is herself. And it actually looks like her too.
She's not the main character. She's like the little ghost figurine, like the inspiration that the main character works towards.
Yeah. Honestly, the game didn't bother me so much as Marshall's reaction to the game the second time. Like the first time he was like, "Oh, this game is shit," and etc. And
You're like, that's realistic.
That's
for
realistic. Sure. Yeah. But this time he's like, "Oh, this is such a great game. It's making me cry." And then while I'm on my deathbed in the hospital, I'm having visions of your game. And
that was like so overdone.
Drives me away. I have to tell you, I love your game. Don't give up on your dream.
I was dying when like he's like seeing the vision of the princess everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he like sees the vision of the what was it, like the ratkin or whatever who reaches into his chest to pull out his corrupt heart. I was like, please.
I also loved how Link was the one who came in the ambulance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the EMT. That's his job.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it was like, fun. What are the chances? Like, how many EMTs are working tonight?
Yeah. And then I loved, like, in the hospital, how just everyone is giving out Marshall's personal medical information, and they let them all into the room.
I mean, obviously, there's no laws about that, right? There's no specific hours for visiting for family and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty hilarious, pretty overdone. But I mean, I kind of like the idea of your expectations about it being a game. Like, I think that's completely believable that you approach a game in the wrong way, and put put whatever you've experienced in other games and expect it to be the same here. Like that totally happens.
Yeah, no, I can buy the general concept. It's in the details where I got annoyed.
Yeah, I really didn't like the idea of, like you said, the save point being you have to complete this like memorable storyline of something that's worth saving, right? Or writing about. I don't know like how sustainable that is and like how true that is. Like maybe it just doesn't like fill in on the journal, but surely you can pause the game in the middle of the line.
Yeah. I'm so glad that the games where you could like only save at the save point or the Pokemon Center or whatever have fallen out of style.
Yeah.
I always hated it.
I mean, again, it's not very respectful of your time, right? It's like you have to sit here and you have to complete this.
Exactly. Yes. It used to be a good excuse when I wasn't ready to eat dinner that I had to get to the next save point.
Yeah. But again, that's your childhood.
Exactly. I
They're growing up.
Now that I'm an adult, I can understand why my mother was annoyed by this game design.
We've gotten old, man.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words to say about this show?
I mostly talk shit about it, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad that they tried something different, even if there were some things that made me angry about it. There were also lots of things to appreciate as well. I
absolutely agree. So this other show, I'm just going to spend a very short amount of time speaking about A Star Brighter Than the Sun because I am the only one that watched it. I actually think... Thing. Why? I thought you liked romances.
I only like romances where there's lots of suffering and they're miserable and one of them dies at the end.
Okay, well, there's no dying, but there is a little bit of suffering. There is a little bit of like agony because this is a story about childhood friends. And we all know you hate childhood friends, or at least
I do hate
you hate the idea of them. You hate the idea of them winning, right? Like you like their pain, don't you?
Depends on the childhood friend, but yes, I like pain in general.
Okay, well, this entire story is about childhood friends, and they've grown up now. They're in high school, but they've known each other since they were like in grade school, and it's super sweet. It's only 12 episodes. It feels like it was a pretty complete story where they finished it. Like I liked their pacing and like where they ended up, but it looks like a sequel's been announced, which will be interesting to see what they do with that. I'm hoping it'll focus more on other characters because I'm pretty satisfied with the couple as they are now. But this comes from a manga, and Yeah, it's basically an entire season of these two childhood friends who obviously are like idiots in love because they both like each other that way, but like neither of them are capable of admitting it to each other because they both think that the other person doesn't like them back like that. Like they think that the other person likes somebody else.
Okay, so it's drama and he doesn't love me, he does love me kind of thing.
Yeah, but like they're so sweet to each other. Everything is like geared towards like, hello, 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 this person likes you. But then they're just in denial. Like the person will say something, but because they're shy and they don't want to reveal their feelings, they won't specifically state that, hey, it's you. They'll be like, oh, the person I like is someone who I've looked up to for years. And they're like the star brighter than the sun, like in the title, right? They won't fucking say this line. They both say that line. And so, because they're so vague about it, the other person's like, oh, it's not me. I don't think it's me. Right? It's got to be someone else. And then they like see that, like they see their love interest looking at someone else or interacting with someone else. And then they obsess. They're like, oh, is it that person? Is that the one that is their star that's brighter than the sun? But yeah, it's really cute. And so they agonize about it. It's very obvious to the viewer what's happening here.
Okay.
There's a little bit of like maybe thrown in, but I never really fell for it. Like I always knew it was these two. And there is definitely like a possibility of a love triangle because like this other dude enters the story who falls for her, who likes her. And I kind of wanted him to win. Like even though I like the idea of the childhood friend, this other guy was really nice because one of the concepts I really liked about the story is that she is sort of different from the typical lead. I mean, I guess we often see female leads who are kind of like not the prettiest girl, right? Like they're either plain.
Like the oldest manga trope.
Yeah, that's pretty typical,
She
right?
takes off her glasses and then she's beautiful.
Yeah. Hers is a little bit different in the fact that it's not that she is plain or that she isn't very pretty, because she is pretty.
Is it that she wears glasses?
No, it's that she's way taller than most all the girls. Like she's taller than a lot of the boys.
Okay.
Which I think that is something that a lot of people are very self-conscious about.
I think so. Yeah, I don't understand.
Like some girls
myself, but yeah,
they won't date guys shorter than them, and then some guys definitely don't want to date a girl who, if she puts heels on, is taller than him. So that's like the trope here, and the reason why like their relationship is questionable at the start of this is even though they're childhood friends, when they were kids, she was way bigger than he was, because sometimes it takes a while for the guys to hit their growth spurt. So he was actually very small for his age and sort of teased for it. And then she always looked out for him. And like she always liked him as a friend, even from the very beginning. And so they had that bond very early on. And then obviously as they grow older, like they hit middle school, they go to the same middle school, he is suddenly like getting his growth spurt and girls are starting to notice him. Other people are starting to like him and he's becoming popular. And so they drift apart, especially because they're in different classes. And then they hit high school and then they're back together in the same class. He's like this really tall, popular, athletic guy. And she's still like her wonderful self, but she's also like still way taller than most girls and doesn't feel like she's worthy or like worth his attention. But he still pursues her, still wants to be friends with her, especially now that they're in the same class and he like has that proximity to her. So another reason why I like that other dude was because he didn't have that history with her like the male character, but he still like saw worth in her. Like he still saw her for who she was and was very interested in getting to know her and wasn't like put off by her height, which maybe it's also because he is like super tall. He's taller than the main male character.
Okay, interesting.
But I just thought like he was very sweet. And then everyone in the show is sweet, which probably would have pissed you off too.
That would have definitely pissed me off. Yeah, I think it's for the best I didn't watch it.
So yeah, we have the story of the childhood friends who win, which is like, again, not you.
Okay, so the sweet childhood friend is not my thing, but I do have two childhood friend manga I've been enjoying recently, which I want to tell you about.
Okay.
The first one, I think I already mentioned. It's about where the male character gets kicked out of his adventure party filled with all his childhood friends. It's called The Hero Took Everything From Me, so I partied with the hero's mother. And he gets kicked out of the party with like his 5 childhood friends, And then he goes back home and he marries all their mothers.
All of their mothers?
All their mothers. And then they form a rival adventure party.
That is one way to say your mom. That is epic.
Yeah. And then the other one is called I'm Sick and Tired of My Childhood Friends, Now Girlfriends, Constant Abuse, So I Broke Up With Her. And it's exactly like it sounds.
These are both like I hate my childhood friends stories.
Exactly.
This is the complete opposite of my anime, Draggle.
Yeah, it's a great, much better story.
I don't think so. I love my show, but yeah, for the viewers, listeners' sake, pick your poison or watch both. Read and watch both.
Yeah.
Tune in again to Kaiseki Anime Podcast 2 weeks from now. Please feel free to send us questions or comments on Blue Sky with hashtag Kaiseki Anime Podcast or on our individual accounts at Draggle and at MarinaBNB.
Listen to and review us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts so we can continue to grow and improve. Thanks for listening. See you next time.